It's me. It's just I think it's just you. All I can hear is me.
Yeah, I can hear Ross, can't see.
Oh, no.
Fine.
Hey, guys, we haven't started yet.
Yeah. Technical issues is just normal.
Guys, welcome to Creators Donut Table. We oh, do you know what? Let me mute myself here because what another blessed day to bring on another lovely guest who will bring everything and experience on event planning. As you've already not have heard, Atomic Moonchild will host this episode when her mic is fixed. I am co-hosting, and with us today, Lisa Paranorma. Do we say the full name or just Lisa?
Just Lisa's fine. Yeah. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it, really?
D- oh, no, I thought it's someone else now that isn't.
Mm.
That's fine. Listen, we'll start this. Lisa, why don't we go through a little bit just about you? Why is it you're in the content creation sphere, and more so, how have you developed and adapted so far?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I started streaming probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when COVID happened, like everybody else. Everyone was bored. I was stuck
Mhm.
at home a lot. My partner at the time, he worked in a studio, so he was out all the time. So I was like, I'm so bored. So I found Twitch just by accident, and then I started off being a viewer. And then I got, I'm not gonna say bullied into streaming. I got persuaded into streaming, and I've not looked back since because I wouldn't have any of the things I have, the friends I have, my
Mhm.
relationship now, anything from if I didn't have Twitch. So I'm very grateful. And yeah, I started doing meetups for stream um groups, I guess. So Nightbreed, if you've heard of the Nightbreed before,
Yeah,
I
with
started
Johnny Beard. Yeah.
yeah, I started doing meetups for them because everyone wanted to meet up because a lot of the people were in Wales. So I just sort of helped organize it, get all payments together because we started doing like activities and stuff, and it was hard to like try and get payments for 40 different streamers, but we managed it somehow. And one of the first ones we did was in Cardiff, and it just sort of went from there really. And then I got involved with the Manchester meetups with what Atomic does as well now. And yeah, I've done
Think my
quite a few
mic's coming
events
through.
now. Yeah, it is. It is. We
It
can
is.
hear
What a beautiful segue. And here's our host.
you. There she is. Yeah.
Yeah, we fiddled with audio settings because I did my first live stream for Gunner, and because
Oh.
it was where I was featured on like their website and everything, but they need to use a
Oh wow.
specific thing, and we had to change all audio settings. So obviously, this profile didn't have that audio setting.
Oh
Fun
wow. Yeah.
time, fun time. So sorry to interrupt
Okay.
you there. I am back. I am
No.
Atomic Moonchild. I am the host today. Obviously, co-host. Getting mixed up. We have Ross TSU and our lovely guest Lisa Paranorma,
Hello.
who's obviously already said a lot about herself. Obviously, the Twitch meetups is where we kind of got closer. We met there
Yeah.
and we met at like timeless and everything, but then we got closer doing the Twitch meetups.
Yeah.
And I can say
I'll
that
always remember when
Lisa's
we
badass at event planning. Absolute
thank you. I
badass.
was gonna say I remember when we were dancing and singing to Tenacious D, if you remember,
Oh,
after
yes.
after
Oh, the memories.
that video came up on my time hop the other day and I was like, oh my god, I need to send this to Atomic. It was so good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, honestly, that were a right good night, that. Proper good
It
night.
was. It was.
So,
But yeah, I'm glad
anything
we
else you
got
want to
to.
talk about with your experience in event planning?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the main ones that we did was when we did RawCon, which was 2 years ago now, which is crazy. But we managed to get the stream team basically wanted to meet up, and a lot of them are based in Wales. So me and Peaceful got together and decided we were going to do a big event. So we booked out the Revolutions, which is right in the centre of Cardiff, which was great. We had T-shirts, which was amazing. They said like "Brock on these nuts," which was everyone loved them.
Love
We
that.
had who did we have there? Was it Interactive Wales, was it? It was one of the Welsh indie games.
It'd probably be them. They're
Yeah,
quite
I think
prolific.
it was. Yeah, with John Slayer.
That's Esports Wales.
That's Esports Wales. Yeah, they were there. Sorry. But we did have a lot of interactions with Interactive Wales as well, and we had the BBC Wales there as well because one of the guys who is in the Raw Discord works for BBC Wales.
Oh,
So he came and
nice.
did some interviews for us, which was really cool. Because he wanted to find out more about the gaming world, so he interviewed a lot of our creators, which was really cool. We did a quiz, which went down really well. And then we had like a little presentation slash award ceremony for all our streamer guests that are in the stream team, where we gave everybody like a tiny little what you call them, trophy. And then we said like, this person's got the most warmest welcome, this person's got the best beard, this person's got the best name, that kind of thing. Just something little, and got everyone involved. It was really cool. And it went really well. We got a video out of it. We got some a lot of montages and a lot of clips and stuff because a lot of other people streamed it as well. And yeah, it was a really, really good event. And it kind of set us up for where we are now, really, which is going to be our next one that we're going to be doing again this year.
I was
Hopefully.
just about
Fingers
to
crossed.
say you're doing another one.
Yeah, hopefully.
I know I'm not in
we
Raw,
were gonna
but
do it last
I'd
year.
love to go.
Well, this is the thing, it's for Raw and community, so it's for everybody.
The last
We
one
don't wanna
sounded
just
so
do-
good.
Yeah, it was really good. We put a lot of effort into it. We want to make it even bigger this time. So that's the idea. It just depends on Peaceful because obviously he works for Lurkit, so he's a very busy person now. So it's just whether or not we can get everything together in time, which hopefully we should be able to. I know
Any
we've said we want to do it this year.
any small teasers?
It's more likely going to be in Wales again, I would
Mhm.
imagine.
Big up the Welsh. That's fine.
A bigger venue. I'm hoping that's what I'm hoping for. We're just trying to find the right venue, which is what I was going to go into. Really, is regarding planning and how we do it.
Mm.
There's kind of a process to it. Obviously, with planning, there's first of all the date. That's one of the most important things because you want to pick a date that is memorable, that's not near any other events. So if you've got TwitchCon nearby, or you've got any other like like Manchester meetups or Cardiff meetups, we want to make sure that they have their day, if that makes sense, and we're not taking over someone else's date. So it's always good to pick the date, and make sure that's one of the reasons. How the event's going to go. Basically, at the end, a lot of the time we try and pick it towards the end of payday when people get paid, so people can travel and get accommodation, that kind of thing. Yeah, and then obviously the venue. We've got to pick a decent venue which is accommodating and accessible for everybody. As I know we've done that when we did the Manchester meetups, isn't it? Is we want to make sure that everybody can get there. So yeah, that's one of the things we look out for when we're doing the event management and the event planning. What would you say, Atomic? One of the things we look at with the events?
100% date. Date's important. You don't want it colliding, or
Yeah.
like obviously if someone's just been in an event, they're not going to have the money for the next event, are they? So you've got to
Exactly.
find it well. But then the venue is like probably one of the hardest ones to secure. It's finding a decent venue that's not going to overcharge, has the right sort of facilities, especially if like considering being accessible friendly. You've got to consider that. All sorts of things to consider with it. It's a bit of a nightmare, but worth it for the result.
I think I'm the novice here with event planning, never having planned an event but gone to many. Do you find, especially in this industry, when you're approaching venues, and this can go to either one of you to answer, when you're approaching venues and you state what you are, you're content creators, you make content, and we want to have, basically, they're probably thinking, it's just a party. How do you navigate that term with venues? And do you usually get a bit of side eye, a bit of caution?
So when we went to the Revolutions, when we were going to book it, because obviously a lot of the other places they wanted cash up front, they wanted all this money, and we were just like, we just don't have it. Like if it's our first event, we want to make it as free as possible. We don't want to charge people. So we just sort of played it as we're going to bring these people to you. There's going to be 50 plus creators, plus all their plus ones. We try and make it so it's inviting for them as a business, because obviously they've got food that they sell, they've got drinks that they sell. So if we're pushing business to them, so if we know that they're struggling for business, I think we actually even went in previously before we booked it and looked around and saw what the vibe was with Revolution, and we did see it was quite dead. So we were like, right, we need to pick a date that's going to bring them business, and
Mhm.
we sort of pushed that to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. It's
Mm.
around those pillars that you mentioned: date, venue, being accustomed to people, again, making
Mhm.
it free,
Yeah.
even work through hindsight. But with CCM, the one thing that we'd found on their first event when they did Revs was
Mm.
when it was free tickets and you RSVP'd, a lot of people didn't turn up. When you RSVP for free, there's no fallback for the
Incentive. Yeah,
consumer. So the
I
incentive
get that.
is, I got a ticket, it doesn't matter if I go or not, and sod them for cancelling if I don't need to, because
Yeah.
there's no drawback. With this next event, of course, I would say that events want to grow bigger, and there would need to be a point where you want to start charging people.
Yeah.
Do you believe that the next event that you do for Team Ra will have a cost?
It depends. We made money in different ways. Like the t-shirts, we did have
Mm,
to pay for those because we paid for those up front, and then people bought them either at the event, or they pre-bought them beforehand, and they just paid us the money whenever. So we weren't like, pay this now kind of thing. So we did make money that way, which obviously went towards doing the event itself. So we didn't make any money off it or anything like that, which is not what we were about. The idea was, it was our first Raw meetup
mm,
since we've been a stream team, like together as like a management side of it, as well as just being a stream team. Like it wasn't just a case of we're a stream team and nobody meets up, nobody talks, nobody interacts, nobody collects. We actually wanted to get past that point and be like, no, we want to meet up, we want to do this properly. So we didn't feel like it needed to be charged, but maybe if we did a bigger event, we probably would,
mm,
depending on where we went. Because obviously, like you say, it's a good incentive to have. Is maybe it's not, it's £6 or something. Wouldn't be anything extortionate like other events, as I'm sure we'll probably talk about and touch on at some point in this. But yeah, we don't want to make it so that it's unaffordable or anything like that. We want to make it so it's accessible and affordable for everybody. So we may charge, but it wouldn't be a lot, if that makes sense.
yeah, but
Mm.
It makes sense too.
It's the same with Manchester meetups, isn't it? When we did that, we didn't want to charge because the idea with Manchester meetups was it's in an arcade club. So it's already gonna, if people were gonna go to it, they would have had to pay £20 or whatever it is, £19, isn't it? So that was the incentive for them to come, is because they're a creator, they're getting that buzz of being able to go, oh, I'm with this team, I'm with Manchester Meetup, so I don't have to
mhm,
pay to get in, kind of thing. And I found that was a really good incentive for people coming.
Definitely. You still have no shows. The way
Yeah.
we're starting to counteract that is we're having like a strike system. So if
Mm.
you've RSVP'd, don't turn up, your name gets down, and basically you have like a
Yeah.
free strike, and you won't come to any other events. We won't let you in. Just
Yeah.
because if you can un-RSVP, which opens up the ticket for other people, and it's just nice.
True.
It's just kindness in it to other people. So
Yeah.
that's going to be
Definitely.
our way around that. Hopefully it works.
Yeah. I found with Manchester meetups as well, a lot of people turned up on the day that weren't on the list, but they were like, oh well, I've got my ticket now. Can I come in? And it's like, we had to sort of let them in, didn't we, at the time? But it was like, you shouldn't really be
how
doing this, or
rogue
you
is
shouldn't
that?
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did find that a lot.
Oh,
They were like, oh no, we can't come, and then on the day they'll turn up with a group of 6 of them, and you're just
Yeah.
like, Jesus, okay.
It's getting stricter now,
So
though. They got to pay the door fee.
yeah, definitely. That's what I was going to say. If they are going to do stuff like that, then they've got to have a consequence. So they might not have to pay the full £19, but they have to pay £5 for every person that's not on the list. That's what we did when we did it, wasn't
Yeah.
it? The door most of the time. We were the bouncers, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we were like, no, it can't come in.
Nope, not allowed
But
in. You're barred.
yeah. Mm. I can see a lot of people in the chat actually that come to our events, which is nice to see.
Yeah, we have
Adam's there.
Guildfly.
Guildfly.
Obviously, we
Yeah.
have King Crazy,
It's
which is your
yeah.
lovely other half, and Games Guru, TKD Adam. I don't know who
Mhm.
Moonbeard is though. That's just some strange
that's some
person who's walked
rogue who
in.
just turns up in
Yeah.
chats.
Mhm.
He definitely weren't over here like sorting out the audio issues earlier at all.
Mm. Would you guys ever do a Stream Seed event, like just your own event, as for creators? Yeah.
Tomorrow, absolutely tomorrow. We would. I think the worst part of events is we're losing too much in this country anyway. In the UK, we're losing too much. And
Mm.
what we found with Leon and I being patrons mainly, and we worked with certain events that we've gone to, it's been difficult because we found that a lot of cliques exist, and we need
Mhm.
to make sure that when people turn up, that clique is broken. It
Yeah.
was very apparent on the first CCM that the cliques existed, and even though I was doing a thank you video for the guys for setting it up, and didn't take long to do. I shot around loads of people, and so many people were like, I don't want to get involved in the video. Like being creators, and I totally get being camera shy, not being ready on the day, or what, for whatever the reason is, that's their own to decide.
Mm.
But there were so many clicks. There weren't people who didn't want to vibe and merge with others and talk and collate. And we found that was a bit of a weird thing. But that's
Yeah.
the one thing that we can't plan to eradicate, to make something truly open. And then you hear about the other events that pop up, and they're just dog water. And then it
Yeah.
puts that fear of, we're willing to put money to something. We really, really are. We do have
Yeah.
money set aside to have something in place. But between Leo and I, we don't have the team in place that can do the work
Uh,
before the real thing
yeah.
comes up.
Yeah.
I work 10-hour days. He also works 10-hour days. He's just bought a house, which is absolutely in disarray. I too am doing too much.
Yeah.
If we had the right team, we could fund it. It's
Mm.
just finding that right team. But we would absolutely love to. Absolutely.
Mm. Well, you know where I am. I'm not that far away. I mean, like this is the thing, unfortunately, because I couldn't carry on doing Manchester meetups because obviously I moved to Wales to be with Kev. So,
Sorry about
I
that.
unfortunately had to yeah, I unfortunately had to, you know, leave Manchester meetups, which I am really gutted about because I loved it. I really did. I love meeting the people, doing the events on the day, and even like the planning for it was amazing. Like it was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot from it. But yeah, it was too much money to go up. It was like costing us like 100 quid in petrol there and back. We had to get accommodation. It was costing too much, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But you never know. I might look at setting something up in Wales. You never know. This could be a nice little collab. But no, honestly. But I'm open to speak to anyone who
Mhm.
wants to get into it. But I do like, what's the word? I did learn a lot from them, which was amazing, and it just means that I can do stuff in the future. And people sort of go, "Oh, you did Manchester meetups, didn't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So it's like when you go into people's chats and you know who you are, which is kind of
Mhm.
cool. Um, like other streamers and stuff like that. So that's another thing that's quite nice about it. But I remember what I was gonna say to go back to what you said about people's clicks. When we did the RawCon, that's why we did the quiz.
Mhm.
Because that way we actually mixed everybody up because we had like too many people on one side on the other. So we literally mixed everybody up and we
Mhm.
said, right, you guys go here, you guys go here. And everyone started interacting with each other then because they had to do
Yeah, yeah.
icebreakers. We did music quiz, which was really good. It was really interactive.
Mhm.
So maybe something like that would work. It's just doing different things that's gonna like one of the things I suggested was a scavenger hunt
Mhm.
but with streamers. So something like, for example, find a streamer that's got coloured hair, find and take a photo with them and put it on social media. Because that
Mhm.
way you're getting the name out, you're getting their content creator out as well, and you're doing something a bit fun and it goes around and it gets people involved. Like what Cardiff did where they did the
Mhm.
little
The
um
QR codes and stuff
yeah,
for
that was
quests. Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah. The only thing I found with that is because obviously I did it myself because I went to it. I was literally just going up to people and doing it, and I was like, "Oh!" And then just because there was that many people to do it to, you didn't actually really talk to people,
You were just
which
like, can I
was the
just
only
scan
thing.
your thanks. Yeah, yeah, move on.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then I felt bad about it then, and I was like, "Oh, maybe like if they put something with it, like you have to do like a little bit of a Q&A or something with them or something." But yeah, just finding that little balance between trying to get people out of their clicks
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
is a nice way of doing it. Like if you're gonna do an event, they want you to do activities, they want to do games, but like when we did the Manchester meetups, we'd be like doing the Tekken tournaments and stuff like that, wouldn't we? And getting people involved that way. Or like the cups game that we played, where we flip the cups and they won a T-shirt, that kind of thing,
Mhm.
which was nice because with Twitch merch, we could give that away, so it didn't cost us anything because we got it from Twitch. But there's a lot to think about, but there is ways around it for sure. I would say.
Yeah. We're focusing on that with our next one. Like we're
Mm,
doing a networking one, so we're making sure that people intermingle with each other and don't just
yeah,
like stick in their own little crowds or little corners.
Mhm.
yeah.
Basically push
The good thing
people
is
to
the
talk
Manchester
and
meetup,
interact.
a lot of the same people, which is nice because they're promoting it for you. if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Because
Mm.
they've been to the other ones, like, oh yeah, you need to come to this, you need to come to this, and getting more and more people. So this kind of does the work for you, which is nice. Um,
Yeah, it's good
and
that
obviously when
it's
you
good
get
that
new
it's got to
people,
that stage now, obviously, which
yeah,
is really good.
definitely. I was going to say, oh yeah, the other thing I was going to mention about as well was the time of year. So one of the ones we did when we did the Nightbreed one is we did Halloween, which is always a fantastic time
Mhm.
to do a meetup because everybody wants to dress up, everybody wants an excuse to dress up and get involved. So it's always good to do it, plan it near some kind of event. So like summer or Christmas. Obviously, when we did the Manchester meetups, we did one at Christmas, and we everyone dressed up. Kev dressed as a bloody Christmas tree. So
See the
yeah.
photos, yeah. That was class.
So just doing stuff like that, that's another way of like ice breaking stuff is getting people to cosplay, or just dress up and have a bit of a fun time. So
Mm.
another thing to think of when you're doing an event is try and plan it around a theme so that you can put it to that full extreme. So like when we did the summer one, we said, oh, everyone come dressed with like Hawaiian shirts or summer theme, that kind of thing, with like inflatable, like just make it a bit fun, a bit different. And I felt that went well
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to circle back to Ross saying, like, because we don't have a lot in this country in terms of events. I guess obviously you two know, and I'm wondering how many people in the chat already know about the news on insomnia.
Hmm.
Is it a
I don't know
shock?
who's. Is
Personally,
it?
no. No.
No.
No. When you hear of the
They got a lot of flack.
prices, yeah, and they were charging cosplayers, were it?
Yeah. And what was it? The toilet situation? You had to buy your own toilet for 90 quid or something?
What?
No. Yeah. Did you not hear
Oh,
about that? To get your
no.
own portable toilet for your group, you had to pay 90 quid for the weekend, which is just ridiculous. So
Wow.
yeah, it didn't get a good rep at all
It
from
is
the start.
madness of what they wanted to try as add-ons. I feel like they will. You've got an IP like Insomnia, which is, I believe, globally known. They probably might have taken a beat to maybe change the name. And I know people's main things that I've seen online, and I think you guys might have had a different experience, is because it was in the Birmingham NEC, that
Mhm.
Insomnia was dead. But they were back to
Yeah.
their roots, being on the show course, which I found quite cool. And their open plan looked amazing. What they were planning to do throughout the announcements that they made through the weeks all looked
Yeah.
incredible. And I'm thinking, is it too good to be true? Because you're receiving a lot of open hate on social media.
Yeah.
But I miss Insomnia for what it was. I was grateful to go to the two. We did a live
Mhm.
table, which I don't think we'd ever get that kind of experience again
Mm.
at what events that are coming up. We did apply for DreamHack for industry passes, and on
Mm.
the website as we were filling out our application form, we've seen right at the bottom, we're only accepting journalists in this
What?
industry pass wave. And then as we were like, oh, we'll wait there. The second
Yeah.
wave came through and it says we are only accepting journalists. So there's no like singular tech people that are going as industry, like
That's
tech reviewers. It's
yeah.
madness. Absolutely. We threw them our portfolio. Like I think we've got a good deck, a good pitch deck to give to
Yeah.
people with what we've done. And we've been accepted to every single thing we've applied for,
Yeah.
except now for DreamHack. That's been the first L we've
You
taken.
appeal
But
it?
we don't. We want to appeal it because they only want journalists, and we don't sort of hit that marker. We said what we can do with being reflective with creators on the night, which is what we did with the previous Insomnia, what we've done with MCR, what we've
Mm.
done at CCM, and it wasn't journalistically enough. So it was an L, but we don't count it because they already set that
That's
boundary of
ridiculous.
journalists. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty weird to accept.
They're the ones missing the trick there,
Mm,
definitely. Because you guys know the industry, you guys know creators. You're going to get a better understanding of how things work, rather than journalists who have no
mhm.
idea who these creators are. So yeah, they're missing the trick there for sure.
They are definitely. Are you going to be doing content if you do end up going?
Yes. We'll,
Mm.
we'll do what we did with Insomnia. So I'm not too sure if any of you guys had seen the creator interviews that we did.
Did
People
Kev
like
was on
Nikki
some of them.
Stones. Oh, Nikki Stones, my lord, my brother in Christ, was the most difficult interview I've ever done in my life.
No.
But the most fun. She was just wild. And I couldn't time her for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was an absolute firecracker. But yeah, we'll look to do stuff. I've got a refined plan of the glass signings that a lot of you did.
Yes.
I
Awesome.
got a more steady rig and better
Mm.
lighting so that when you do write on it, the writing's going to pop more.
Yeah.
We'll do more quiz show stuff, so that'll be all released on StreamSeed.gg. So make sure to follow on X if you are going to get involved. And we were trying to plan 2 or 3 more things in there that isn't going to be so consuming that I've just got a camera stuck in my face the entire time and I can enjoy some of it. But
Yeah.
the main things: the screen signing and a game show of sorts that'll take a few minutes of a creator's time just to get
Sounds
exposure.
good. Yeah, definitely. Sounds good.
That will be good.
Yeah, I think we're not sure we're gonna go DreamHack yet. We've not decided, but we might. We've just said like this year we were just gonna work on like our own sort of things rather than do more events. Maybe next year we'll do more events. But we've got a lot of like personal goals that we're doing this year, like moving house, and we're going to Disney and stuff. So there's a lot of you know,
I'm in
money.
that boat
Fair enough.
this year.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
I'm in that boat this year. Just literally just a handful of events, if that I'm going to be attending.
Yeah.
Timeless being one of
Yeah.
them. Trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
persuade
Timeless.
Ross and Leon to go.
Yeah.
I
It's the only
I
event
think-
we've not gone to.
Oh really? I thought you'd been to Timeless. Oh no, you
We
went, have you?
we intended last year. We've missed
Yeah.
it every time. It follows on to something else. Again, similar to you with where you are to go to Manchester. The travel is killer.
Yeah.
And we can get the time off to do it. And then it's also the return on investment for us is, can we get enough from going there that we can bring that content back? The first format that we did, I mean, the creator interviews that we did, you guys got involved with doing that. My brother, we had so much good feedback from that. It was quite humbling to see how well it was received. And then come the second format we had done, we got nothing, which was unfortunate because we had a really large space to do a lot of stuff with, but the internet was poor. Foot traffic fell quite quickly. We enjoyed what we had. We got Tails' name out there, but for the creator side of it, it was quite poor. But this year, Timeless is for me. Even if Leon doesn't want to go, screw Leon. I'm making sure that Timeless is on my radar, even if I just go there just to film people.
It's completely different to format. It's Timeless, and it's a lot more intimate. So if you're wanting to create content with other creators, it's probably one of the best places to get creators and sit there and create content. I think it were
100%.
doing like little interviews last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing one with her, and it was just great fun. She was just on a table in back, like, and then people were just coming in and doing an interview with her. So it's easy enough to set it up and go with it, and it's not too noisy or busy of an environment. So I think it'd be great. I think you'd really
I'm excited for it.
benefit from it.
It's again.
We didn't actually go last year because we were really poorly. I remember we were really ill. Like we couldn't move. We were bedbound at the time.
Oh yeah,
So
I remember that.
our housemates brought a bug home from his football or whatever, and we just got it the week after, and it just happened to be the week of Timeless because we'd said we were going, we'd promoted it, we'd done everything we wanted to do, and we actually couldn't go, which we were gutted about because obviously that's when we met at Timeless. So we wouldn't even be together if it weren't for Timeless. So
I was
Yeah,
absolutely
apologies for that,
gutted.
Lisa.
Are you two going this year?
yeah, I imagine so. We haven't really discussed it, but yeah, we have to go Timeless. It's just one of them.
Oh heck,
We have to
heck
go.
yeah!
Yeah,
It'll
I've
be
not
well
actually been
good.
to one at Liverpool yet, so it'd be really good to go to that one and be an actual creator. That's
Yeah.
why I enjoyed it because obviously all the other stuff I've done as actually being there and doing it, so it's a lot different. Not having to run around like a headless chicken.
It's nice to
the
go
whole
there
time.
and just enjoy. Yeah, I mean, Timeless
Yeah.
will probably be one of the only events I'll get to go and actually just enjoy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, I think my dog just had a go at a cat. Let me
Oh,
summon
dear.
a moonbeard.
God, Moonbeard, just existing. What an unnerving man.
I just heard her growl at a cat.
Oh no. Just thinking crazy saying, when was the last time we went to? Emotive, you're in danger.
Blink twice.
What did you say there?
No, what did she do?
I said, come here, she went,
Oh, Jack Russell's.
go love him.
Gotta love him.
Oh yeah, we got one.
Oh
Another
yeah,
creature that
so you'll
dislikes
know
moonbeard.
with your own
Probably
cats.
the first
Yeah. Oh yeah. They've had a few little tiffs. It's not been too bad to be fair, but they just keep out of each other's way now.
Yeah, it's
2
every
years
so
now.
often. Oh look, the distraction in the
Baby.
background. Oh,
Come here,
Just a sweet
baby.
boy.
He is
so
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
He's a good boy.
So gorgeous.
So
Animals are always a
on the
distraction.
too
Yeah.
much for me. I had a question in mind. My first question's gone,
Sorry.
so I'll follow up with a different one. So you guys have worked together in the event space working with MCR. How
Mm.
important is it to find the right people? And I know people will have their friends that will come in and help
Mhm.
as a part of a team. They'll cover a particular aspect. But what's the key points when it comes to building a team to raising an event from start to finish? How important is it to find the right people that meld with you?
That's a good question. It is difficult, isn't it? Like, because everybody's got their opinions, everybody's got their own views of how they want to do things. And it is good to have people that go along with your ideas, but it's also good to have people challenge your ideas as well.
Mhm.
Because there might be something that you've not thought of that someone else has thought of and thought, well, we could do this, but we'd have to do it this way because of this reason.
Yeah.
And at the time, it might not feel the best, but in the long run, it is what's best for the event, if that makes sense. So it is important to have the right people and people that you can gel with and get on with. Because we went to Pixel Bar, didn't we? All of us together, which was really nice as like a little bonding experience because we all hadn't met before we decided to do Manchester meetups. And yeah, we had a really good time, didn't we? And
Oh, it was, yeah,
there
that
was
were a good
me,
night.
Brenny, yeah, Mags. Obviously, me and Kev came up from Wales. Obviously Moonbeard and Kel Brenny's missus, and we had a right laugh. And it was fun just to get out and just be a team and just get on as like just friends.
Yeah, like not
Um,
mad on the day of the event, just running
yeah,
ragged round each other. It was just nice to
yeah,
sit there and talk and just hang
yeah,
out. Definitely
yeah.
helped. It helped with like
At
breaking
the
ice.
event, we hardly say words to each other, do we?
Oh
Apart from
god,
do
it's
this,
just
do
a.
that, do the other.
Are you all right on door? Do you need an hand?
Yeah,
Are you take it next? It literally just
definitely.
like whoo, on
It goes
days.
by so fast, doesn't it? It goes by crazy fast, but we love it. Like the adrenaline you get from doing it as well.
Oh
I just love
yeah.
it. Like I do miss it.
And then you
I can't
stand there and
lie.
you see everyone enjoying themselves, and you're like,
Yeah,
I help that, and
yeah.
everyone's enjoying
I love
themselves, and
helping
it's
people.
brilliant. But yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you take people.
perfectly right with the idea, like bouncing off each other. Like you could spin an idea, and then someone would be like, "That's a good idea. Have you thought of doing this and this as well?" And you're like, "Oh my god, yeah!" It's like you've just took my idea, and it's even better now. And we're just like it's like
Mm,
building blocks, and you just creating that
yeah,
tower, and it's fantastic.
yeah, definitely.
That's why it's
I think
important.
not having too many people as well is another thing. Is having
Yeah.
the right amount. What is it? Too many cooks spoil the broth.
I was just about to say that. It must be a
Yeah,
Manc thing, that.
yeah, a
A
northern
Northern
thing.
thing.
um, But yeah, no, like people, it's good to have dedicated people doing dedicated things. Like obviously, when we did it, Moonchild did a lot of the socials. She'd do our X and she'd do a lot of our social side of it. Whereas other people like Mags, he'd deal with the Twitch side, and deal with all that kind of stuff. Because obviously it was under his name in a way, wasn't it? It's his Twitch, if that makes sense. So he'd deal with all the people in Twitch, but he would only be able to speak to them because they were in the USA a certain amount of times. But and then obviously Kelt Brenny did the quizzes and stuff like that. And like on the day we do like the activities together. We all just kind of worked and gelled with it. And it was nice because a lot of us knew a lot of the creators as well. So when they come to the door, we know who they are already. So like we can have that conversation with them, tell them where to go, like where is it you've come from, and have a little bit of a chin wag to an extent, but you can't really talk that much because of how busy it got. Like
Mm,
from the first one that we did back in 2024 or 23, might have been 23. I can't remember.
23,
But I
I
know I did
think.
4. Yeah, where we started off in that small room with the crazy lights. I think we only had about maybe 50, 60 people, but we had people come from Wales. We had a college come from Wales with a group of students, which was really and we had loads of different people and obviously we were on the page of Twitch on that one, which was crazy. We had like 10,000 people watching us.
Yeah,
I
I
had one
remember
guy
that.
on, and there's a clip somewhere of me sat there going, "Does everyone want to see Giles twerk?" And like he's twerking on bloody live TV on the on the front page of Twitch. Oh, but it was brilliant and it was great. We had a really good chat, and we had people coming up talking about mental health and how creators, we got a lot of exposure for that, which was really cool. So it's come a long way from there. Like that's what I liked about it as well, is that every year that we did it, more and more people got to understand it more and understand what it was, and there was more that came from it because I'm pretty sure we were one of the first people that did the meetups. So the Manchester meetups, and then there was the Cardiff meetup started up, and then the London did it, and then Scotland did it, and it all kind of followed suit because they saw how engaging it was, and how it worked with Twitch, because Twitch obviously provided the merch and provided the front page and provided this, that, and the other. It was a good way for us to all interact as creators, but not feel like it was too big, like a big TwitchCon kind of thing. And that's what I liked about it.
And did it stem from that as well? I think a lot of the CCM guys who used to go to Twitch London, when that fell through, again,
Yeah.
like a big event, people are going, where do we go now? Where's our big yearly event? And then
Yeah.
Twitch proposed then community meetups, which I believe have been absolutely incredible. But yeah, I think you are right. Yeah, I'm sure MCL was first. I knew Cardiff were late to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then London reappeared,
Yep.
I think after the Tramshed Cardiff one.
Yep. And then Scotland, they do one
And
now as well.
yeah, and now
I don't
it's
think
best
they've
to
done an
grow.
event yet.
Oh yeah, they did a Glasgow one last year.
Oh, have they done one now?
I think it was maybe last Christmas. Yeah, December last year, I think they did it. It was Toasty who runs it. And then there was the Creator. What was the other one? The ones that did
Creator
it in
North.
Sheffield. Creator North.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if they are part of Twitch or if they're doing their own
They're
thing.
not.
No, they're their own
No.
thing.
It's okay.
They have. I think they've just announced their next one, July 3rd. I want to say.
So they're
Yeah.
called creator meetups, but they do a creator north and a
and
creator,
a Creator
south.
South.
Right.
But
Well,
they've yet to do a
great.
south.
Yeah, yeah. It is great that all these meetups are popping up, because it's needed, I think, because like you say, there's no Insomnia now, and again this year, the only thing that we've kind of got is TwitchCon, which is obviously in the Netherlands, and obviously the TwitchCon that's in San Diego, which it's just not feasible for some people in the UK to go to these events. So it's nice to be able to have one in the UK and for us to have it up like north and south, like you say. There's not a lot in the south, but hopefully there'll be more coming when they see how good the rest of them are and how they work, I would say.
Yeah. It'd be nice to just see more and more stuff like that. Just whether it's Twitch related or not Twitch related, it'd just be nice to
Yeah.
see more events that are gaming or creator orientated. We do definitely
Yeah.
need more. Like if we say, for example, to the moon. Sometimes that's
moon
a bit of a dirty word in some people's mouths at the moment.
Like segueing the failures now to come through.
Yeah, so we'll have a little chat about failed events and why we think they failed and what potentially could fail with events. And I'll have Ross's opinion on this first, because I know we've already talked on it, so I know you'll probably be briefer, and then we'll get Lisa's insights.
I feel my biggest thing, as I said before, is the clicks. In the first time I went to an Insomnia, we asked if we could do the creator zone, and they said we certainly can. And then I suppose none of you sort of know about this, so I'll give you a little bit of behind on stream seed. We'd applied to the creator zone because we knew what we could bring to it. The partner manager who dealt with us said, totally fine, bring in cameras, bring in lighting, do whatever you want. But I said, we want to make this open to everyone, not for those with a creator badge like the previous ones. We want everyone to be able to come in here, film some content and have some fun. Said, yeah, cool, do it. So we dropped a lot of money getting things in order. And then, awfully sorry to say to you guys, but Red Bull, at the time they said, a brand has come forward and put money for the creator zone. So unfortunately, which we totally understood, we're certainly not going to pay for that kind of zone. We just said, we know where you can get this zone good for you if you wanted something to fill the space. And then arriving at Insomnia to realizing what Red Bull were doing, and it was awful. They were just giving out Red Bulls, which I mean, freebies are cool, but there was no creator to the creator zone. It was just the Red Bull being existing zone. Yeah, which sort of sucked. But I feel like a lot of events miss the mark when it comes to the creator aspect. Yeah, creators are there, but do more things. As you've said, quizzes, doing fun little game shows, doing little tournaments, like watching Kev do Tony Hawk Drunk. Hilarious, absolute cinema. A lot of events miss that. And I suppose when you get to a certain stage where you're big, you do lose that aspect. You might have the stages where they show like that Greggles doing the drumming, which was absolutely phenomenal. And then the festival stage, which we were on, doing the smaller type side of content, doing like COTDT Live, but there wasn't enough creator influence. People were doing their own little vlogs and stuff, but it wasn't enough. They needed to have more Insomnia-centric things. Again, similar to format when we went there, I believe we were the only ones really hitting the nail on the head when it came to doing things with creators. And that's what we want to strive for to every event that we go to. If you want to be on the front of something, come forward.
Yeah.
But that for me is where I think the main cause is. Creators miss out a lot, especially if they don't want to do things on their own.
Mm.
Yeah, that's where we sort of fill that gap.
See, I think you'll find with Timeless that you'll find that a lot of it is around creators, because obviously me and Tomic have gone to Timeless as creators, and for us there was a whole room, wasn't there? There was a lounge in there where you can kind of get away from everything a little bit, which was nice. Like you needed that sometimes when you were going around and like talking to people. But also like there was events on, there was the cosplay, there was just dance, there was loads of things to get creators, but different creators involved as well. Like there was a whole cosplay team that they got involved. There was all the different stalls that the creators could go to and they could pitch themselves to, which was nice, but not in a massive venue where you can't hear anything, which I found format was like when I was going around to like pitch Raw or whatever to the stream team, to the indie games. I couldn't hear what they were saying because it was just.
I didn't even approach him because of the anxiety of speaking to him with such noise going on.
Yeah,
I didn't even approach any of them.
Yeah, it was hard. So I do think that when they are bigger venues and bigger events like that, they lose the whole point in what it's supposed to be about, which is about community. It's about networking. It's about creators, and that's why I think these little ones work so much better, because people can interact, they can network, they can talk to each other, they can do all the things that we're actually trying to strive for. Whereas the big ones, they lose sight of it all. They just see money, sponsorships, and they lose that whole thing. And now, obviously, with Insomnia saying now today that they're not doing it anymore, it kind of makes you think, well, they clearly couldn't get the backing for it, like exhibition wise. They couldn't get the sponsorships. The tickets were too expensive, so no one could afford it to actually go as either a creator or just go in as a club. So it just seems like the bigger events where they have to spend so much more money when they don't really need to, it's not going to work. That's why the little ones do so well. It's because they're not over expensive and you're actually getting a lot out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely more beneficial for the creator. Like bringing it back to the moon, they had a creator zone. They asked people who did the Twitch powered meetups to, obviously, so that we had the Cardiff lads there. Me and Mags were there. And they gave us nothing. We didn't even have tables. I think they had to wrangle some tables off someone. Obviously, we brought our own merch. And they didn't even direct people. We didn't even have a sign to bring people to us. So it was like just a barren room. And it was really odd because we did actually want to go and do things where we would have people interact and do things together and stuff like that. But we just didn't have the crowd. Just no one.
Yeah.
So we kind of just give up. I ended up just having a little rope around the venue, and I said, "Oh, I'll be back in a bit to take over at table." And then I was just sat there at table, just the odd person walking in trying to sell the Twitch powered meals. Then it's like one or two people every hour.
That's why it's so important when you are doing these events that you've got everybody on board and everybody singing off the same hymn sheet. Like you can invite these people to come and you can do, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do the other. But if you don't speak to them and interact with them and find out exactly what they can do and what they can do for you and actually have those conversations, it's not going to work. Like we just said, that's ridiculous that they didn't provide you anything. They just offered you the moon and gave you nothing. So,
apparently with Mags were in communications, the Cardiff lads were trying to like sort it out and try and figure out the space, but I think they were like lacking getting back to him or giving him very minimal information.
Yeah, they seemed very out of touch, weren't they? Like I looked at the guy, what was his name? Monty somebody. Looked him up on LinkedIn and stuff, and he was a gamer. He was 20s. He was a billionaire. So like he's like far away from the people that you actually want to interact with and you want to actually try and like involve in these events. Whereas that's why sometimes it's good to have us doing it, because we are creators. We have started from nothing and we know what it's like to be in that position and to build an event from the ground up. Whereas when you're just getting these people that are trying to invest and they have absolutely no idea what they're doing, it's never going to work, because you're not thinking like a creator, you're not thinking like an event manager, you're not thinking like a customer. And that's what you need to get in your head. You need to think, well, what will I enjoy if I was at this event, and get that in your head rather than just thinking money, sponsorships. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that.
Exactly. It needs that personal touch, I think. And that's why Timeless just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year as that personal touch.
Agreed.
And that's
You
what
guys are
I
so
think we all
timeless
try
to
to
me.
bring.
Oh, I'll call Leon right now. Listen,
Honestly, it is really good. I can't
It
fault
is.
Timeless.
It is the only event I actually booked in this year. Like, obviously, at the
Mm.
MCR, I have no choice; I have to be there. But
Mhm.
Timeless is literally the only event I booked in. I booked the hotel before I even announced tickets because I knew what week it would fall on. And that is genuinely because of how much I have loved it for like the past 3-4 years I've gone.
Yeah.
And I can't
Yeah.
seem to find any event that actually does meet up to it so far, apart from obviously the meetups because I love how personal they are. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can't find.
It's a different experience at Timeless, isn't it?
It
For
is.
sure.
It really is. It's so homely and comfortable. It's like Comic-Con used to be for me.
Yeah.
That's how it feels, how Comic-Con used to be. Like, I haven't been a Comic-Con in about 5-6 years, and I used to
Mm.
adore Comic-Con. But now it
What was
doesn't
it that
seem like
stopped
it's
you?
the same.
Yeah.
The
What was
price
it that
tag.
stopped you from going?
The
Yeah.
price tag, they increased it like 3 or 4 times the usual, because it was like £20 for the full weekend, I remember. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like triple that now. And in
Yeah,
Insomnia,
it's
like a
ridiculous.
part of that. Or is it
What did they merge
IGN?
with?
It was
MCM?
IGN.
EGX.
EGX, that's the one. I was like,
Yeah.
which one is it?
EGX.
I know it's
They
some sort
merged
of letters.
with Comic-Con because they couldn't afford to do their own event, so they had to piggyback off someone else's, unfortunately, and
But I
that
feel
turned
like
both of them into crap.
that was the same thing that they'd done when EGX merged with MCM.
hmm
They lost the creator aspect. Everything
Yep.
that I'd seen on X. So one lady, Twisted Humanoid, who we used to do a lot of work with in
Oh
the
yeah, no.
first
Yeah.
iteration of Streamseed, she'd given us this huge rap sheet of her experience. Now there are people out there who I would say draw the line on delusion, but her opinion is this that we sort of took really on the nose, and she was spot on. They
Yeah.
provided the idea of creators, please come. EGX is here for this reason. I think that's an affiliation with TikTok at the time.
Okay.
And it was huge. That's all they were promoting. If you want to get involved, you can create content and make big creators. And I think she said the TikTok thing lasted for 25 minutes. And that certain section was a limited capacity space. So 1 in, 1 out. And you're thinking, if you're in a group of like 6 or 7 people, again, these collections could even go to 20 people.
Yeah.
They want all of you to be in there, into these specialized booths. And it's like
Yeah.
the content side was like 5% to what the 95 Comic Con was, which isn't essentially bad, but it wasn't creator included rather than
Yeah.
based on that.
hmm
Yeah, as a lot of the chat is saying, a lot of events get too big and go corporate. And when I'm
Yeah.
not against, people should make money, but yeah,
Yeah.
when you get too corporate, you think of let's just keep it industry,
Yeah.
fuck, screw the little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difficult part.
I've behaved.
I
And you,
know. Oh,
God, that says everything.
You nearly
That
said it. Yeah.
it was meant to come out with that was a passion. That was a passion.
that was a passion right there.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
got passionate and heated about that. But you're fully right. Just what Lisa said, you've got to see yourself as a customer. What would you like? How would you like to feel? If you're buying
Yeah.
tickets to attend an event, or if you're a creator and you're pushing tickets and having people buy tickets on your name to attend an event, you want to ensure that they're guaranteed a good time. Like,
Yeah.
when I'm creator for Timeless, I push the event because I enjoy the event. And I wouldn't dream of pushing an event if I did not enjoy it, because I know for a fact they're going to buy a ticket, they're going to turn up, and they're going to blame me. It's my
that's
fault
fair.
they didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And they need to see
That's
it that way when they create an event, because it's their name. Like, do we think To the Moon have maybe just absolutely dug their grave? Do you think they'd ever get a comeback?
No.
No,
Once
even if they
you've
went
got
smaller.
that stigma, once you've got that, it's just not going to come back. The same with Insomnia, unless they book up their ideas and change the name and do completely different things. I can't see that coming back either anytime soon, because
I think the Insomnia
I
brand
think
is
it's just
dead.
proven it
Yeah.
with them cancelling.
Yeah.
Definitely.
sure.
That they just
They need to call
can't.
themselves Wake Up or something rather than
Yeah.
Insomnia. But yeah, just completely rebrand it, but get completely new people in as well, because the problems they had was obviously all the financial stuff that went on behind the scenes, where they didn't pay people, and the guy at the top who had no idea how to run an event was just not paying people, giving people the world, and not actually doing anything about it, and not paying people back. So like that kind of that's going to spread through creators, that's going to spread through X, that's going to spread through everywhere. So it's already going to give them a bad name, even if they think, oh yeah, I would like to go because I get to see my friends and I get this and they get that. But if they've got these other meetups to go to, then they can go, oh well, I've got this event that's like only 20 minutes down the road, that's a $5. So, and I can spend all time there with my mates. Like I don't need to go to a massive event and spend 150 quid on a ticket for the weekend. So that's why these other little events at the moment are doing so well. It's because it is needed. It's something in the industry that is needed, but it doesn't need to be as big as Insomnia. It just needs to be like a networking event where everyone can get together and just do what they're supposed to do, like be creators. So
Yeah.
And especially when in the industry that we're in, when social media is so prevalent, at the click of a button, your name is in the mud.
Yep.
It's how you react to that. And I believe when how was it, I-72 and all the drama kicked off when people weren't getting paid.
Yep.
And then you sort of go, well, why were you told you were going to get paid? Was it an exposure thing? You got on a big stage? And then people started coming out going, oh no, contractually they told me I was going to get paid. And I wasn't. I think the first shutdown of Insomnia, or when they started getting rid of Player One event staff, I'm thinking, did I want to see Insomnia go? No. But then someone is doing something dirty somewhere, as you mentioned, in positions where all they've got to think of is their capital and overheads, which isn't what they're meant to be doing. So bring in the right people who can see the long-term picture of what an event should look like in 5 to 10 years, build the bloody legacy, and then when you bring people in, it won't be as like DreamHack now. We know DreamHack's going to be wildly successful, but at least the post that you get, similar to you and Atomic with Timeless, your promotional value isn't just, here's my code, get 10% off my ticket, I'm going, and then nothing else until the event happens. They'll get the right people that will explore their brand. But hopefully if Timeless doesn't go through the bloody roof the next 5 years, I'll put a lot of money down and we'll hire the NEC and try what we can do. Let's see how it goes.
Good.
I won't recommend the NEC. I think I'm just like scarred from recent events.
I do think, that's fair.
We'll find some other venue.
Yes.
You want a cosy venue. You want one that isn't overpriced as well. I think that is really important. Like format for how much people enjoy it. I just think they do choose a very pricey venue. And you've got to consider, like, you've got the ticket prices. So obviously if you're going as creator, it's free. And you get free tickets for your friends, which is fantastic. But then you've got the cost of accommodation, your travel there. But then the venue prices, when you're considering over £20 for 2 drinks, it's not sustainable for a full night, especially if you're a full-time creator and you don't earn a lot. That is a struggle. Or if you don't have a well-paying job, or even just in general, because we've got a living crisis, cost of living crisis going on. It's definitely one of them you really need to think about and consider for your customers, for your people that are attending. You want to be kind on them, not just think how you're going to make yourself some money. It's definitely not about that especially for me, and I don't know if it's same for you, Lisa, but when it comes to event planning, it's not about the money. It's not about that. It's about creating an amazing event that people remember, talk about, and will come back to. And I think that's what's the key thing with it.
Yeah, definitely. And from doing it for the 4 times that I did it for Manchester meetups, you saw that growth every time. It went from 60 people to 120 people to 180 people. It was growing, and that's the thing that you guys have got to think of next is that you guys are getting a really good reputation. So sometimes the arcade club might not be big enough for you guys anymore because you've only got, I know it's on 3 floors and stuff, but you might not have to look for something, but in a good way, because you've grown so much. That's what you want. You want something that's a reputation, so it doesn't matter where the event is, you're still going to have that reputation wherever you go. So
Timeless was successful with that because obviously they were arcade club, but then the capacity just became too big that they had to move to Liverpool, and it still absolutely hit the mark. Even going to a different city. Yeah. Obviously, they wanted to keep it within an arcade sort of themed, which is perfect. But it just, they absolutely hit the mark with it still.
There's more accessibility at this one, isn't there, as well, for...
there is, but there were a few hitches, which obviously Mags... That's the perfect thing about Mags as well, the person who organises Timeless. Yeah. He takes on board people's feedbacks, and I think that is vital when you're in events planning. absolutely vital. So
100%.
people had issues with the accessibility. I think they had to end up going round back. A certain gate wasn't open, which allowed the arcades to be accessible. And there
Right.
were a little hitch there. And obviously Mags knows about it now. And then obviously with this next event is obviously going to put in.
Learns from it. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
And that's what you need rather than something big like Insomnia. I'm sure there was a lot of things that came back from that people wanted changing, and I'm guessing none of it did, or half of like that's what you say. It's
Mm.
really important to get that feedback because they are the people that are going to be coming through them doors again at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's how you learn, it's how you build, it's how you get better.
Yeah. hmm
I want to pick your brains. I want to go into a bit of both of your minds as you've been event planners. So let's leave this on a high note. Can you guys think of one time in your experiences with event planning, what has been your greatest achievement personally
Ooh.
as a part of a team when you've contributed an idea or you've impacted someone's experience? What's one thing that sticks out to you when you think about going to these
Ooh.
events?
That's
That
a
is a
good
tough
question.
one.
Well, I'll do. I'll let you guys talk, yeah, and I'll just go to the chat. I'll read some of the chat. So Moonbeard's here. Oh God, Moonbeard's here. Games Guru, hello again. I'm so sorry we haven't been saying hello to chat. You guys have been keeping yourselves very much
Anyway.
entertained. Lisa for Insomnia CEO. You'd have to move to Manchester, yeah, or wherever Insomnia had to be being based. Free after party tickets too. Was that the format, Kev? That's probably what you're probably referring to. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
was it free? I thought I had to pay like a $5 to get into that one that we filmed at. Did they do like
Yeah,
a zero
the
ticket?
first one, I think it was a $5, but I think creators got it free.
Oh no, what it was, I know what he's talking about. When we went to the after party, we all bought tickets for it, but then there was no one on the doors to do the tickets, so we
Yeah,
could
that
have
was it.
bought
I
tickets
Yeah,
remember
free.
that.
That was what he means. I remember that now, and we were all like, "What the hell?" Like we paid like whatever it was, 12 quid a ticket or whatever, and we could have just
yeah.
walked in for free.
I think a
So
lot of
there's
people on
things
the
like
outside
that.
were miffed
Yeah,
about that. Yeah.
yeah, I
I'm
remember
going to tell
that.
you part of now you Chinese for even longer. Moonbeard. I don't know where you live, but I'm a resourceful man. Let's just put that there. All
Yeah.
tickets were always free for me. Yeah, but you're a charismatic man, Kev. That's why you get things for free. Have you found that moment in your mind, ladies?
Go on,
Think so.
Lisa.
Okay, so I'm trying to think how to word it. Um, I'm trying to think if I'm like just go through the question again, just so I make sure I've got it right.
So it could be for anything, whether it was with the MCR, whether it was Team Raw. It didn't even have to be an event that was in person. It could be something that you've managed online. What's a moment in time that you feel would have been your greatest accomplishment? Again, whether it would have been you've enhanced a person's experience while being at an event, a particular idea that you brought forward to the team that has just that made it amazing.
I remember now. So this was when I was doing the Nightbreed meetups. Were the first sort of things that I got into. When we did it in Cardiff, and I think I had about 40 people come in, and it was a karaoke, mini golf, and it was at Boom Battle Bar
Mhm.
in Cardiff, and I had Jibster, who was originally Tourette's gamer,
Mhm, mhm.
turn up on the day or a few hours before, messaging me going, "Can you get me into this, Lise? Can you get me into this?" And I was just like, "For God's sake!" So I remember giving him my ticket, like to go do the mini golf
Mhm.
and to go do the karaoke, and I didn't know him at this point, and we built up a really nice friendship from that because he was like, "You know what, Lise, you're a good, like, you know what, I remember this kind of thing." And I thought, and he went, I got to do mini golf with Carlton and Celtic Hollow, who
Mhm.
has sadly passed away now, and everyone that he went with, and he had a blast, and I always remember that because like one of the first events I ever did, and I thought, you know what, I don't mind giving my place up so that someone else could enjoy it, because to be honest, I was running around like a headless chicken anyway, and I was a little drunk on that one, I remember, because it was my first one, so I had quite a few shots. But no, it was nice to see him be able to come to the event and enjoy it. So, and he's come to a lot of the other events that we've done as well since then. So
Mhm.
it's nice to be, and he's obviously, he's a partner now. He got amazing numbers and stuff like that. So he's then spread that across. So whenever I've got into his chat and stuff, "Oh, Lisa, yeah, I know you now." Like, you know what I mean? And we've built a nice friendship from it. So I'd say something like that
And
was
again,
was
he
nice
met
to
Carlton,
Yeah,
and look at those two. They're now and they're doing the stream
yeah,
team
the
stuff together.
Steves.
They
Yeah, yeah,
are they're killing it. So
yeah.
really now, when I ever see those guys, I'll go, your two success is Lisa Paranormal. Now, I don't need for them to understand why. I'll know it, and if they want to expand on it, they'll have to pay for it.
Oh no,
Uh,
oh no.
Atomic,
Oh,
give us a moment. Surely there's something.
I'm gonna say Pass the Parcel, the recent Christmas event like that. It's an idea that I've been pushing and wanting to do, and it was executed very, very well, and everyone was very happy about it and very excited. And
Aw,
it was
that's
just
good.
nice to relive my 6-year-old birthday parties.
The nostalgia.
Yeah, it was
With a bunch of adult
brilliant.
creators.
Everyone just like, and then when music stops, and you're like, just yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's a highlight for me, definitely. I don't think I've not been in it as long as Lisa has, so in terms of achievements, like I think I've still yet to experience and learn and have more. So yeah.
You've
You're
smashed
both
it
still very
ever since
young,
you
you know?
joined. Yeah, you've
Thank
you've
you.
got all the experience now. You can go far with it now, which is great. And that's the thing, like with building it with events, is once people get to know your name and you're in that space, you can just go anywhere with it from
Mm.
there. Me and Mags actually did nearly. It didn't end up working out, but we got recommended to college to do one of their esports events
Ooh.
in Wales. And it was all going to go ahead, but unfortunately, their budget inside of it couldn't do it. But we were going to go and be like consultants for them, and that would never have happened if they hadn't have seen the Manchester meetups. College came up to the Manchester meetups and viewed what we did, and they were like, "This is a really good thing to get involved in." So we want to get our esports out there. So we think you were the guys to do it. So that kind of like there's loads of opportunities that can come from anywhere from doing this kind of thing, which I like.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, my heart. Oh.
It's true though. It's true. You never know what friendships you're gonna make or what like. I remember the first one we did. I had two of my friends come who I'd met from Twitch, and they were photographers, and now they're photographers for gig companies now. But they came and did photography for free for us because they knew me, and they were like, "Oh, I'll do you a favor," and like you've got that kind of connection with people that they want to see you do well, so they want to come and help out, and that's the kind of thing you want to build from there. And you can just carry on doing other things, and you scratch their back, they scratch yours kind of
Mhm.
situation. That's what the industry is kind of about. And yeah, I think that's really well executed sometimes when you've got the good representation behind you.
Definitely. There's a lot more highs than there
Oh.
is lows when it comes to event planning.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Definitely. If you do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
right.
I couldn't sleep for hours after we'd done the events. I'm just like buzzing, completely buzzing
Yeah.
with ideas. Like, how can I make it better? How can I do this? How can I do that?
I
But love
usually
it.
come home and
It's
smash a bottle of
much.
wine, me. Success.
Yeah, yeah. It is
To
a lot of fun. I love it.
Moonbeard's dismay, obviously, has to deal with me wine drunk, so
Ah, sod him.
but I
Lisa
think
cringe
that
Norma, shut up you.
what are other
Yeah,
halves if they're not for jibbing? But yeah, I think we'll end on that absolutely beautiful note. We will end with Lisa, because you're this side for me on my screen. So we'll end with
Yeah.
Lisa. What have you got going on? What's coming up? Tell us about yourself.
Yeah. Well, I've actually just started streaming properly again now. So obviously we've got our dual setup, so me and Kev do some like streams together and stuff like that. Obviously I'm still part of the stream team for the Raw and like help manage that and stuff. And we've got 50 creators and we love it. That's probably one of the things we've got going on. Obviously the D&D night we do on a Sunday, which is fantastic over on the Raw channel. I'm Lila Lightborn, and I'm an evil drow. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. What else we got going on? I'm hoping, like I say, if we can share, that would be the best thing. And yeah, just get myself out there again and start doing events again. That's my idea. I want to start doing in Wales. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Watch
And
this
where can
space.
people find you on socials
Yeah,
and
you can find me
everywhere?
on Lisa Paranorma on most of my socials, I believe. If you go to my Twitch, you'll see all my my socials on. But yeah,
The
you
link's
can
in the
come
channel
find me,
for
say
anyone
hi.
who wants to check. Go and drop her some love, honestly. I think everyone in here obviously knows, but if you don't, please check out Lisa.
Oh,
She's
thank you.
amazing.
And thank you for having
Refresher.
me. Thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
It's
Enjoyed
been
it.
great having you. It's
Nice.
been really insightful as well, obviously, with the events planning side and
Mhm.
just hearing the experiences and what you've managed to do. It's been amazing. Ross,
Yeah, thank you.
what have you got coming up?
I got DreamHack.
Chinese.
That's oh god. Hold on, let me check the chat. Yeah, I got Chinese tonight.
Oh, I like Chinese.
It's a good Tuesday to have a Chinese. It's great.
Mm.
Yeah, DreamHack. We're getting prepared to do a lot of creator incentive content, similar to what we did in Insomnia. Very looking forward to doing that. Oh god, there is so much we're doing. I can't think of it all. We're traveling a lot. I mean, Christ, we go to BlizzCon in September. That's gonna be fun.
Oh wow.
That's a bucket list thing for me. I have, oh god, for about 14 years I've been wanting to go. My socials, no one needs my socials. I don't do anything on the internet. I'm no one of value. Follow anything on StreamCGG, all the things that we can look to get involved, especially with what's coming up with DreamHack. Yeah, follow it on X, and all the things good will be there. But yeah, I'm just Ross Tessu. I just exist on the internet. I don't do a lot.
If
You're
you
just the
spot
camera behind everything.
he is. If you spot this big cuddly teddy bear at any event as well, do not
Yeah.
hesitate to just run and pounce on him. He will appreciate it. He will also absolutely appreciate you getting some content with him as well. So keep an eye
Come
out
along.
at any events that he might be there. I'm Atomic Moonchild. I absolutely hate selling myself. I stream sometimes. I create content sometimes. And yeah. The most I've got going on this week is Friday, I am playing a new release game called Piece Together. Sunday, I am doing my Fallout 76 fortnightly stream. There is a new season that's dropped, and Bigfoot's going to be in it. So I'm hoping to find Bigfoot.
Very cool. Very cool.
That is enough about me. Obviously, if people want to watch this video back, it's going to be on YouTube. So make sure you're following StreamCGG. Well, subscribing, should I say, to StreamCGG on YouTube, as well as TikTok, X. What other socials do we have going? Instagram.
Oh god, what else is there? Also follow Tail on TikTok.
Tail.
Tail_app. The app is flying through development. I can't tell you. No, I can't. Sod it. So we've had a background pass. I want to say day before yesterday. The gentleman who's working on the coding for the app has given us the web view of how the app will work. So it doesn't look shiny, but all the processes and whatnot are there. And my lord, it's doing things that I couldn't think that I needed for a marketing campaign. So I'm hoping that this will overproduce and help people, and they'll look at things and go, oh damn, I never even thought that this was a thing that I could look to do.
Amazing.
I think it's going to come even sooner than the end of the year. We projected Q4 would be an open alpha for people to test. I think it might come even sooner. But please don't hold me to that. I'm just very optimistic that this app is going to come out, blow minds, and then we'll have a big event, and then we'll all get drunk at a Weatherspoons, and we'll hire something nice.
We'll
I
just
just
eat
love a
them
good-
beer. It's fine.
I just love good
Totally
spoons.
chill. Yeah.
It's
that's it.
very exciting, very, very exciting. If people don't know what Tail is, it is going to be a marketing digital app. So then creators can obviously just do their marketing in the palm of their hands
Hell
within
yeah.
an app. But no, honestly, keep an eye on socials. On the X is where there's a lot of updates on Tail, as well as obviously following Tail on TikTok to hear all about all the things that they are going to be doing. Like as Ross said, everything is just moving nicely at a good pace, and we're really hoping that this launches really soon. So please keep an eye out. And here's the
wait.
awkward part where we're going to wave. Look down the barrel of your camera, stick up that hand, and give a wave. See you later, everyone. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye.